Alright, we lost this die roll. We're up against Parole. Parole is keeping a 7. I think because we got double core Spirit Dancer, this is probably worth the keep. If it's one core Spirit Dancer, it's way worse than a double Spirit Dancer hand. Opponent's on Triome, which probably means they have Teferi. That's a good draw. Alright, never mind. Better lucky than good. Throw down. Alright, so play the boon here, bait like a Mana Leak or a Remand or something. Third core Spirit Dance is a little bit too redundant for my liking. This is like obviously an Omnath deck. They can have like either Remand, Mana Leak, or Growth Spiral here. I was baiting the counterspell in Mana Leak, but see what they do now to this play. Thing is, this deck wants to like Growth Spiral on turn 2 so it can Cryptic on turn 4, or like Omnath on turn 4. So, but against us, it's probably worth, you know, taking the turn to counter an Ethereal Armor, or at least stopping the attack for a turn from the Ethereal Armor. This deck like works very well. Why are you slow rolling Mana Leak? What's wrong with you? Of course that's getting countered. I thought it was a decision between Remand and Growth Spiral there. God, this guy's high. Huh. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, we'll just let them take a million hours to play a land and pass the turn, holding up another counterspell. Because we all know that's literally what they're going to be doing. Why is this taking so long? My goodness. Play Misty Rainforest. Man, that must have been a very hard decision to play a land and cast Uro this turn. Very difficult decisions were made. I understand why it took him like almost, what, 2.5 minutes to make that decision just then. Why put a stop on my upkeep? Just pay attention to the game. Like, not that hard. I'm going to go for the clock here. We can get blown out by, like, Force of Negation, by Cryptic, Bounce the Griff Spoon, Daybreak Goes to the Grave. They're on 20. We need to pressure them. Like, let's just be real. In the state of this game where it's at right now, we need to pressure them. We missed a land drop. We've got 3 core Spirit Dancers in hand, and they're actually really bad. In the context of this game, we want to see like 2 max, and when we want to see them is when we hit our 3rd mana, then we can play one and then play an aura and then draw a card. And like in this game, they're not operating under that mode. They're operated under a dead card in our hand that we are unable to cast mode. But yeah, still, our opponent looking to put Mana Leak back on top. I don't think so. Yeah, it just stays in the bin. So they're at Cryptic Command Mana here. We look to attack. We're not going to give them like the counter and the bounce effect, right? So we go to combat. What are we doing, opponent? Have you got the Cryptic? Are you casting the Cryptic? Are you waiting until next turn to cast the Cryptic? Looks like you might be waiting until next turn, actually. Alright, so we get them down to 10. Play a core Spirit Dancer because that's probably going to bait a Cryptic. Growth Spiral. They can also hardcast Force of Negation with this mana. Although this is not a non-creature spell, is it? They need Cryptic or Mana Leak here. They need to fetch a green source, they do. They can't Cryptic though with this mana currently. They can Snapcaster Mage, Mana Leak. Sure. Well, I'm absolutely fine without eating a Snapcaster Mana Leak. That is fine by me. If that Snapcaster Mage isn't isn't doing targeting a cryptic command or anything. That's pretty good. Here I think we might need to Spirit Mantle pre-combat. Just because if he does have Cryptic Command, he can bounce Griff Spoon, Chump Block, and then we lose. Should be bad. See what happens. Opponent 2 cards left in hand. They've finally got enough mana to Uro. They don't have enough cards in the grave yet, or it's 5. This should be more than 5. This is two fewer cards in the grave. Maybe for standard 5 is like semi-reasonable, but even then it was really repressive, right? So here comes the Uro. They get to gain 3 life, draw a card, play a land. Are you kidding me? This does not... Yield until next end step. Does that not... Alright, they've removed perfectly good features that people could utilize before online. Crazy stuff. 2 mana up for our opponent, 3 cards in hand. Did they play a land off the Uro? I don't think so. Not that I can see. It's a good aura. Well, just go for the win, I suppose. If they counter this, we resolve Spirit Mantle. So I guess like maybe Ethereal Armor is more important and I should lead on the Spirit Mantle because that's probably getting countered anyway, right? So attack for 6, gain some life, deal some damage. Growth Spiral. Gotcha. They just like went straight to the attack step here and attack with Uro. I probably wouldn't Chump Block. It's probably wrong to anyway. If they Cryptic bounce an Aura, we just lose our entire creature on board. And I think they haven't shown us Cryptic Command yet though. I still feel like just killing them over a few turns will work perfectly fine for us. This feels like way greedier than we need to be at the moment. What are they doing? Time Warp. Beautiful. What a card. Mystic Sanctuary, get Time Warp back. If they do that, I'm definitely Chump Blocking the Euro. Opt. Bottom. Bottom. Kept the card on top. Well, I am literally terrified right now. Oh, Archmage's Charm? Okay. I feel like we might be able to get away with the Chump Block, to be honest. They are drawing to it from like an Opt, topping the Archmage's Charm, drawing 2 cards. Like, I guess they can draw a card off Uro here as well. We need to stop this Uro. We can't let it keep happening. Surprising my opponent's not putting Time Walk on top and in response to the draw trigger. Alright, you got it, you got it. Show me Cryptic. You're fucking kidding me, right? Well, if that was their 1 card left in hand, it feels way worse than if it's a card they drew off of me bitching out last turn. Cool. Great. I love losing everything. And they've got Mystic Sanctuary to put Cryptic back on top. And Uro, yeah, we can't win this now. There's no way we can win this now. It has fucking Uro and Cryptic Command and Mystic Sanctuary. Like, they're just too good for us. How do you beat, like, such skilled gameplay that requires such an intensive amount of skill, and you know, such a modest bank's account size, like so stupid, so stupid. Great, I'm just fucking sick of this game right now. We're not winning this game. There's no point slow rolling it. Might as well just skip. Cool, great, skillful, fun, intensive game. Okay, sideboard wise, we really don't have much for them, do we? We have like some Gadok Tigs, which are pretty medium. We can't really like interact with the graveyard that well. Probably some number of heroic interventions are okay. Spirit Link is like bad. If our opponent tries to bounce one of our creatures with, you know, Planeswalker or something, obviously it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to go down on the Spirit Mantles here. I guess Heroic Intervention can just replace them, and Gadok Tig can just replace Spirit Link, and this will do for us. Like, how can you beat a Cryptic deck that has literally it all? Alright, well this hand is not going to do it. This hand has no creature. Kill for a hexproof guy. Oh, fuck off. This is awful. I don't have a choice but to keep an awful hand like this as well, by the way. Like, I'm just screwed. I need my opponent's only interaction to be like Cryptic Command. Or Jace the Mind Sculptor. All because I'm ult 5, and you can't possibly win off of 4, right? It's just not gonna happen. Alright, show me what you got. Whatever, let's go for it. You can give us Core Spirit Dancer, or you can give us Gadok Tig. Choice is yours, opponent. Actually, Spirit Dancer was like a fantastic draw there. That gives us a good clock, because if they've got a kill spell, they've got to kill the Gadok Tig. If they've got a counter spell, they're probably running it out. And then we can just go hard on Core Spirit Dancer, hopefully chain a million auras into each other and win off that. Mana Leak, sure. We still get the card draw from that, that's fine. Dead draw. Looking for a good Rancor next turn. So, also looking to blank Teferi here. No Teferi, that's good. So, what do you got in response to a Rancor? That just resolves? Okay. So they can, like, gain control of something with Archmage's Charm? No, they can't. They don't have triple blue. Alright, well, Core Spirit Dance is definitely going off in Yu-Gi-Oh mode here for us right now. So we get to attack for 13, put them to 4. Guess they could have, like, maybe a Nature's Claim-like effect. Growth Spiral? Sure. If you don't have the Lightning Bolt for the Gadok Tig, you can't do shit here. We'll play out the Glade Cover Scout here, just in case. Not sure how my opponent wins from this point outside of Teferi or Path to Exile. Cool. Alright. We get to see another game. God, this would be easier with Graveyard Hate. Need to somehow try to beat freaking Cryptic Command without Graveyard Hate. Absolutely absurd. Alright, submit the same list. I have a feeling like Heroic Intervention's going to be good because it stops them from like going for the overly greedy bounce our creature. Look, our game didn't crash and we've got a keepable 7. This is insane. Just resize those to not blind person sizes. So Bogle on the board. No mystical dispute, that's nice. They can hit that one with the turn 1 mystical dispute. Ooh, double blue mana. Could you have counterspell opponent? Let's try for the Rancor here. Resolves. What's your play? Like Snapcaster Mage, Chum Block? That's not gonna work. There's no like draw a card. Oh, okay. It's gonna Ether Gust us, sure. I mean that's fine going on top. It's still a good card. Maybe we want to bottom it because if they have Snapcaster Mage, they get like pretty good tempo off the Ether Gust. But like we're guaranteeing we draw a Rancor over a random card, which could be land, creature. Looks like our opponent has got the Uro here. I'm gonna need to do a little bit more work to get it into play from the graveyard though. Oh, they're holding up mana. What are you doing to my Rancor? Are you countering it? Please counter the Rancor. It's a lot of damage. You don't want that damage to go through opponent. Beautiful. Alright, this means we resolve Daybreak Coronet outside of them having Force of Negation, Spell Snare, or the even more unlikely Spell Pierce, which no one's running at the moment. So we attack. Sweet. In there for 6. Good stuff. Opponent can Uro this turn if they want. Not very mana efficient for them now. I guess they don't have it or they would have done it last turn, right? So probably just got a Cryptic Hand. Sure, we'll just attack. We'll look to play out Core Spirit Dancer and Hyena Umbra post-combat. Just want to guarantee that damage, right? Alright, so guaranteed damage is across. Core Spirit Dancer probably eating the Cryptic Command. Hyena Umbra will then resolve. And we should be pretty good to get the win after that. Where's your other mana? You're running like Triomes and shit in game 1. Counter, return the Ethereal Armor. Okay, well, I'll just recast the Ethereal Armor. Opponent's on 4. I'm pretty close to killing them. They can't like sweep the board here with the Supreme Verdict because that requires double white. So alright, my Spirit Dancer resolving. Sweet. And throw down Hyena Umbra. They can like jump block with the Snapcaster Mage, get Cryptic Command back with a Mystic Sanctuary. They still like switch off their colors and don't have many cards in hand at that point. Return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. Like, how's this a card, dude? How is that a card people actually play? Are you shitting me? Yeah, we draw a land, play that down. Like, that just does not seem good. What's this supposed to be? Like, a 4th Cryptic Command? I mean, it's 4 mana. And like, who wrote this? Someone from the medieval ages, like, or the biblical age? Thou shalt return thy creatures to thy hand. Here comes the Uro, so sure. Plenty of cards for them to cast Uro next turn and start getting all their magical value. Would have been good a little bit earlier, but I guess we have it now. Going on the slippery Bogle, I don't care about. Going on the vulnerable core spirit dancer here, that's not going to win us the game, right? Path to Exile is excellent, though. If we can path this Uro, that puts us in a very good spot, very close to winning it. Unfortunately, they can return Uro. Looks like they're just willing to hold up Cryptic here. Alright, well, I'll go for the Daybreak Coronet and see what my opponent does. Imagine if our toughness was higher than their number of islands as well. Like, how bad that would have been. I mean... yeah, it's not hard for us to get 4 toughness in this deck, right? Hopefully they go for like a super greedy Cryptic bouncy ethereal armor or something. I don't know. Return Cryptic with Mystic Sanctuary to the top of your library. Yep. No huge surprises there. Snapcaster Mage. Targeting that fucking ridiculous card. Oh, man. How do we beat this shit? This absolute fucking garbage. It doesn't even target. Like, this is so unexpectedly good, but like just so janky and should not be getting played. Great, we drew some more hexproof creatures. That's like really good, man. Love me some hexproof creatures. Hold up path for the stupid Uro here. We might catch them where they don't have enough mana to Cryptic counter the Path to Exile, so we might be able to get rid of Uro and break their cycle that way. It's like matchup is way harder than would be if we had Graveyard Hate, but it's just not enough in the metagame that I'm willing to board in Graveyard Hate. I don't have room in my sideboard. I need Heroic Intervention. Red Prowess is like way more prevalent. Turn 8 opponent, cast the Uro. Alright, well. You got exactly Mana Leak before you draw anything. Cool. Alright. Sweet. Get rid of that stupid lock. For now, at least. They can still obviously put out 2 mana and play a Cryptic command. At least that Uro is dealt with. And they missed on land. Wow. Their hand is definitely full of action. I guess we cycle Horizon Canopy, see what we draw. Drawing pretty garbage. Attack for 1 maybe, and my opponent will like try to jump block with the Snapcaster Mage, and that will be pretty good for us. Alright, no Snapcaster Mage there. Just play out a Spirit Dancer post-combat while it is, you know, uncounterable. Alright, starting that slow clock. Flooded Grove for turn. Sure. Any aura. Any aura so I can start chaining auras. Opponent does have Cryptic Command and can just tap my creatures here. But obviously, you know, they don't have fetch lands, they don't have anything to draw, and they can't get all the value in the world. They, you know, they're getting pretty good value at the moment, to be honest. Playing a Growth Spiral. Sure. Breeding Pool tapped. Still sure. Alright, pass the turn. We didn't advance our board state like even close to meaningfully there, but now our opponent has like Cryptic Command in hand. In response, we still just need to path this thing. Like if they're going to Cryptic to counter this, let them. Target mana leak? Fuck off, man. Well, this is like fine because we can actually kill our opponent this turn now. Because if they're paying for a mana leak... Honestly, maybe I just wait to see if my opponent does the second activation. Maybe that's just greedy though. Obviously cannot pay 3 mana deck game. Alright, so that goes to the graveyard. They get a land, they can put an extra land into play, they brick on lands. Aura. Draw me a fucking Aura game. Jesus. Our deck just did not want to win it for us. Like, we set ourselves up pretty perfectly to win it, and right in the critical turns, even with a core Spirit Dancer, we can't get anything going. Obviously, we could give our opponent the chump block here. We have other creatures in hand. They have, like, Ether Gust for them. Like, cool, you're Ether Gusting one of our 2 hexproof creatures. I'm fine with that. If not, we got rid of Snapcaster Mage, you know, Cryptic Bounce Snapcaster sort of thing. What are we doing, opponent? Smells like he's got another mana leak, honestly. Look at this, like, clock. Considering, like, how many choices he actually has to make here, why is his clock taking so long? Pretty dumb. Imagine Surgical Extraction, though. That'd be a pretty good card, hey? Why are you playing Engulf the Shores? That still makes no sense. This card is so tragically garbage. Played our other Scout because it slightly, you know, improves the clock, right? Looks awkwardly everywhere. Heroic Intervention doing nothing because we have nothing to protect. We had some spells on the board to protect. It would be a bit better because stop them from Cryptic bouncing our auras. Maybe it's just worse than an aura though. Because it can be like Ether Gusted as well, which is pretty annoying. Opponent has lost connection. Alright, strap yourselves in. Time Warp is an exciting card, guys. Do you like it? I like it. Goodness. Like, fuck off. God, get a life, man. What? How many Engulf the Shores are you playing? Surely that is not meta. I'm going to look up on MTG Goldfish afterwards and see if any of these decks are running Engulf the Shores. It has got to be the hottest trash I've ever seen. Yay, recast Uro. Yay. Everyone's favorite guy, Uro. You. Well, at least the second Engulf the Shore's gone. They can only have 2 more effects like that, right? Again, if we get like a Path to Exile off here, our opponent is not going to beat us with the clock they have left here. It's just not going to happen. Alright, Griffspoon makes like Dried Arbor viable, if not... Spirit Dancer. We can't really go in on the Dried Arbor here. Guess we can go in on Spirit Dancer, look to stop our opponent from like bouncing it with a Cryptic or something. Look to like chump block. Yes. Alright, so pass the turn. Hold up Heroic Intervention for that exact scenario. Imagine redirecting an Archmage's Charm. That'd be pretty OP value. Alright, so now they're doing an opt. topping that card, so their hand is like literally full of like good cards now, right? Tap all creatures your opponent controls, draw a card. You'd better hope you have a second one of those in hand with that obnoxious play. Opponent might just greed out and go for the bounce effect on Core Spirit Dancer, and we can win off the Heroic Intervention. You never know. I'm definitely going to put him in the position where he loses to exactly that line. Get double draws here, so always yes. Always yes. I think we would take for the attack for 6 and look to kill over 2 turns instead of just screwing ourselves over. Alright, so he's going for the tap draw mode on Cryptic. He's now got 2 Cryptics in the grave and 2 fetch lands up for like Mystic Sanctuaries. We can play a Glade Cover Scout post-combat here. Is he countering it? It's not a very good counter target. Aethergust, bottom every day of the week. That many bloody creature cards in our hand. Get rid of that shit. So opponent hits us to 12, gains life, draws a card. Oh my god, it's Time Warp! Yay! Play Mystic Sanctuary. Fucking hooray, the hero we need. What a stupid deck. What a ridiculous deck. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, another Time Warp. Go. Fun magic. Skill involved. Yeah, sweet. Love me some salty Bogles to end the night on. Like, if we didn't brick for one turn, we had the kill there, we had the win. Opponent got stupidly lucky. I'm just going to throw that out there. If we have a good hand, which they don't interact with, like, our deck is fine. They can't do anything to stop it. So that's going to be it for the games tonight. I might just, like, start brewing up, like, a Paladin Hammer list so people can look at how close I get to that and talk if they want. If not, thanks for watching, and yeah, good night.